Hello and welcome to the cryptocurrency news channel. I'm actually in Peoria, Illinois. I'm going to fish the heated lake tomorrow. So I'm in an Airbnb. Don't have my regular desk set up, but I'm basically sitting on the Airbnb bed on this like little makeshift desk. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about VEX and what possible price it can reach. You can always check VEX price at farm.vexchange.io. It's not on any of the exchanges yet. The VEX team mentioned so as much, but it's not really trying to get on any exchanges. It's trying to build out the network first. I don't know if I agree with that strategy, but price isn't too bad at $3.40. It debuted at like $1 or something, so it's still a couple times above its debut price. Although if you bought at the top, probably are hurting a bit unless you're staking a lot of VEX. The estimated APR is still above 100%, but it is dropping day by day because more and more people are staking VEX, which is actually good for the value stake. There's there's basically 10 million VEX VET pairs. So still want to provide liquidity. Still not a bad estimated APR, but it will come down fairly shortly. Anyways, what we have for today and what I want to discuss is what can this price actually go to. Remember, it actually debuted at about $1. I actually bought it at around 180 a couple of hours after it debuted because that's when I got up. And in the next 2 days, it grew to like 780 at its max. But when it was at 780, Bitcoin was at $68,000. Now, as Bitcoin dipped down, VEX obviously dipped down as well, and now just below 60,000 at $59,000 for Bitcoin. VEX is at $3.40. But when it dipped down to 57, it went down to like $2 and like I believe like 80 cents. So as you can see, as Bitcoin has actually gone up quite a bit. Well, like 2 or 3,000. VEX has actually gone up by a much more substantial degree. Now, before I go any further, I want to say that VEX is a very new coin. It has very, very volatile. The liquidity probably is not huge, so I could be very, very much off my predictions. But if you look at, like 68,000, VEX at $7.80, if we keep on going up, and Vechain will obviously keep going up, so VEX will at least rise that much. So at least by the time it's $70, at least by the time that I would say Bitcoin is like $70,000, I would say like VEX will at least be $5. But my guess is like with the up and down movement and the very high volatility of new coins, VEX can probably be around $10 if Bitcoin goes to 70K, and probably higher if Bitcoin goes even higher. Remember, like DeFi coins go pretty insane, especially if the APR is fairly high. Now, VEX's APR isn't like 60,000. Those aren't really sustainable. Those will last maybe a week or two. And this APR has come down from like 219 to 104 very fast as the pool size has actually grown. But I mean, like a 104 APR for providing liquidity is still pretty good. I'm earning a decent amount of VEX. There's a lot of like VeChain fans out there, so they'll be staking VEX on a decent APR as well. So the thing is, like, unless you're afraid that the smart contract's actually getting exploited, and AMMs usually don't get exploited all that much, I think staking in VEX is probably better than just staking on the network. Yes, there is a chance of impermanent loss, of course, as with any staking, but I think like just the APR is actually worth it. And the thing is, like, I think like VEX with the supply they actually have isn't going to drop that much lower in price. I mean, unless Bitcoin drops, but if Bitcoin drops, VeChain will drop too. So the ratio between VEX and VeChain should actually maintain. And if Bitcoin rises, because VEX is very, very new, I do think like that the VEX pair will actually get you more VET than less VET, but there is always a chance of impermanent loss. So my guess is that when Bitcoin's 72,000, VEX can rise to $10. At that point, you might want to unstake, because you can unstake VEX at any time and sell off as well. Because like if we start dropping, then VEX is going to drop exponentially too. So if you want to unstake, take your rewards and sell, that's probably the time to do it, is my guess. The APR is still pretty high right now, but as the APR drops, the price might drop as well. But the APR isn't actually dropping that fast. It's dropping like 1 or 2% a day. So like if we have a run up to like 70,000 by the end of this month, which is very possible, or even 75, 80,000 by the end of this month, which I believe is like quite possible. What I actually believe is actually quite possible. Then VEX could actually get above $10. And that's actually a really good return for where VEX is right now. To provide liquidity, you will need the same value of VEX as VET. So I do believe that if you have some VET right now, swapping it for some VEX and staking is actually a pretty good idea, unless you're afraid that smart contracts are going to get exploited. And I do believe VEX in price itself will actually do fairly well, because I am bullish overall on the price of Bitcoin. So because I'm bullish on the price of Bitcoin, I'm very bullish on the price of VEX. So I do think $10 is a possibility soon in the future. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.